but hey, you got to try. Okay, last device, we have the Lenovo ThinkPad C14.
Yeah, there you go.
I was like, I looked down and I saw 714, and then I skipped over that one.
Too many 14s.
So the more I think about it, interesting that they did not do a convertible. And I think it was The Verge, or it was a big outlet that said, Lenovo unveils the successor to our favorite. Yeah, and I'm like,
no, it's not.
No one liked the C13.
Well, and it's not really a successor. It's just a different device.
Yeah, but it's just another device in the C13. It's not even a Yoga, but and Robbie and I were talking about this earlier today. The C13 Yoga was an amazing piece of hardware. It just had the wrong chip in it.
Yep.
I mean, it's probably one of the most well-built Chromebooks I've ever used.
Not to keep dogging on AMD, but the last-gen AMD processors, I mean, they were problematic for a lot of reasons. And that 40% drop-off the charger is no bueno. And especially for a chip that wasn't like super crazy fast to begin with. It was medium fast, and then it went to like slow whenever it was off the charge. And
because we were expecting like Intel Core stuff. The last generation, they're Pentium Silver at best. Most of them, they're in that vein. They're in that Walmart, $300 vein, and you got the C13 Yoga that sells for like $1,500.
Yeah. I mean, but it had all the exterior features were really good. Like, it was one of those Chromebooks I got, and I'm like, the whole ThinkPad vibe is just not my thing.
Yeah, I don't like
but the more I used it, I was like, man, this keyboard's really nice. Oh, man, this trackpad's really nice. And, oh, man, this screen's pretty good. And, oh, man, like, the build quality feels great. And it just was one of those devices, when I get done with something else, I'd go grab it and use it until I started realizing, like, the problems I was having not being plugged in were ongoing. It wasn't just flukes. But the C14 fixes all of that stuff as long as you're not looking for a convertible and you're not looking for one with a stowed stylus, right? Because it had the stowed stylus before the C13. But the C14 carries that ThinkPad look and feel. I mean, if you've seen one, you know what it looks like. Like, it's not
center nub.
Yeah, there's nothing new.
It's got the nub and the third mouse key,
and the 3 mouse keys above the trackpad because they go with the nub.
It is amazing. Like my laptop, I still have it somewhere. I had a Lenovo ThinkPad at the car dealership, and when I worked, I got it in 20. Oh gosh, when did I leave there? 2012. So I got it in 2008, and it was already old then. But other than it being like super thick, it looks just like this. I mean, good on them for staying true to the brand.
Like, this is our brand.
Yeah, like Robbie said, you can see a ThinkPad a mile away, and you know it's a ThinkPad. The little red ring around everything, and the nub, and
there's nothing about
it. 16 by 10?
No.
Okay.
Is it ThinkPad that the dot on the eye lights
red.
up?
Yeah. I mean, it's like little stuff that's like, okay, it's kind of cool. But it's going to be built really well. It's got a full HD webcam on it. I don't think we pull that up and look for me, Andrew, on the C14. I'm pretty sure it's just a standard 14-inch, almost positive. It's going to have the Alder Lake chips in it, and NVMe storage, and up to 16 gigs of RAM, blah blah blah, all the same stuff. Fingerprint scanner built into the power button, though. I like that.
I like that a lot. Yeah,
and the grouping of the function keys at the top is
and the speakers
so cool.
are up top too.
Yep.
So hopefully they're a little better. The C13 speakers were absolute hot trash. They were really
assistant
bad.
key, which is
so it's got an assistant key on
when
the keyboard.
was the last time? Do we have any other non-Google devices that have an assistant key?
If you take out the Logitech keyboard,
there's not a Chromebook, is there? That's very unusual.
So, I mean, I don't know if Google's like, hey, we're cool with anyone doing this now, and Lenovo's like, we'll do it.
Yeah, but they've got some extra functions, and then like the keyboard brightness is on the space
bar. And there's a keyboard brightness button next to the Google Assistant button, and then the groupings up top are a little bit different. It's got the manual mic switch up top. So, like, they took some liberties with some of the keyboard layout, which, the whole Vivaldi keyboard thing in the repositories.
That's
what
the
it's
idea,
for. Yeah. It's like, hey, you want to make a unique keyboard, go for it. Like,
and for an enterprise device, it's great because you have the, mute the mic and all that stuff. Because we've seen HP did the mute mic switch on the camera and stuff like that.
Big rotating one. It's got the big switch.
They had one on the side.
The C1030 over there has the camera swap
on the bottom
on the side, but they said with the Dragonfly they got rid of that because people were still like, is it really off? Like with the shade, you see it. There's a physical thing covering the camera up.
And plus, when you're in a meeting, you're muting yourself way more than you're turning the camera on and off. I mean, that's just a brilliant addition.
Yeah.
It's a 14-inch full HD IPS display, 250 or 300 nits with touch option.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a 250 nit, and part of that, like when you look at it, it's like, okay, I see what they're doing because they're going to start it at 629. So to get that kind of build quality at 629, you're gonna have to cut some corners. So
Sure.
250 nit screen, my guess would be like a Pentium, probably a Pentium 464 or something like that. But you know, the keyboard's going to be there, the fingerprint scanner's going to be there. Assuming the speakers are good, we'll be in you know the build quality, mil spec, all that kind of stuff. There's nothing else like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But the keys are interesting. Like the keyboard layout's super interesting.
It's just something
you know,
different.
the fingerprint scanner and the little power button up top. It's
Be fun to get it and try it out.
Yeah, it's unique and it'll be fast this time. Like we don't have to worry about any of that stuff. So my guess is you'll get it in and be like, there's that Lenovo thing. And then you use it for a little bit and be like, oh, those keycaps Gabe was talking about feels really nice. And man, this trackpad, so it's just built well.
Yeah.
Just built really well.
Be great for Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, for sure. Availability on this one? I don't know if we said availability on the Tab either.
Tab is July. Yeah, July.
This is it's June.
This
Sorry.
one's June.
Yeah, that's right. Because you said
It's been a lot of
next
hardware.
month.
I was like,
yeah.
oh crap, next month.
Because
man,
what's the
629.
714's August, right?
Yeah.
All right, so June, July, August. There you go.
Buckle down, boys.